The 2026 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat is a true testament to the enduring spirit of American muscle cars, blending retro-inspired design with modern technology and an uncompromising dedication to performance. It stands as a defiant symbol of raw power in a world increasingly dominated by electrification and autonomous driving technology, refusing to bow to the tide of change by continuing to pack a supercharged 6.2-liter HEMI V8 engine under its sculpted hood. With a staggering 807 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque, the Hellcat is more than just a car. It's a visceral experience that harks back to the golden era of muscle cars while delivering the refinement and reliability expected from a modern vehicle. The exterior styling of the 2026 Challenger SRT Hellcat remains faithful to the iconic shape that has defined this model for decades, yet it's been subtly modernized to keep it fresh and aggressive. Up front, you'll notice the signature dual snorkel hood, an unmistakable statement of intent that does more than just look mean. It also serves a functional purpose by funneling cool air directly to that voracious engine. The wide-body fenders give the Hellcat an even more planted and menacing stance, while the updated front and rear fascias hint at the car's ability to dominate both the street and the drag strip. LED lighting front and rear ensures that, even in the dead of night, the Challenger's presence is impossible to ignore. Massive 20-inch wheels, wrapped in high-performance Pirelli P0 tires, fill those flared arches, ready to put every ounce of horsepower to the pavement in a symphony of rubber and noise. Step inside the cabin, and you're greeted with an interior that manages to seamlessly blend retro cues with modern convenience. The driver-focused cockpit is dominated by a 12-inch Uconnect 5 touchscreen infotainment system, which offers seamless smartphone integration via Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, crisp graphics, and intuitive controls that make it easy to stay connected and entertained, even when the supercharger's whine threatens to drown out everything else. The seats are wrapped in a combination of supple leather and grippy Alcantara, offering both comfort and support whether you're cruising down the highway or hammering through a quarter-mile pass. The thick-rimmed, flat-bottom steering wheel feels just right in your hands, and it's heated for those chilly morning commutes. The digital instrument cluster is customizable, providing performance data like boost pressure, lap timers, and G-force readouts, ensuring you're always in tune with what this beast is doing under the hood. Of course, it wouldn't be a Hellcat without the noise. Oh, that glorious, unholy noise. The exhaust system has been meticulously tuned to deliver a deep, guttural rumble at idle and a ferocious roar at wide-open throttle that sends shivers down your spine and sets off car alarms in its wake. And thanks to the active exhaust system, you can even dial it back a notch if you're trying to keep the neighbors happy. Though, let's be honest, they knew what they signed up for when you brought this monster home. But this car isn't just about brute force and auditory assault. It's also surprisingly capable when the road gets twisty. Dodge has spent years refining the Hellcat's chassis to ensure that all that power doesn't go to waste in a cloud of tire smoke. Unless, of course, that's exactly what you're after. Revised suspension geometry, adaptive Bilstein dampers, and beefy anti-roll bars work together to keep the Challenger composed in the corners, while still allowing for the kind of tail-out antics that make muscle cars so much fun. Massive 6-piston Brembo brakes up front and 4-piston calipers out back provide fade-free stopping power, giving you the confidence to push this car to its limits without fear. For those who live for the drag strip, Dodge hasn't forgotten you. The 2026 Challenger SRT Hellcat comes equipped with a suite of features designed to help you lay down the perfect pass. Launch control is standard, letting you dial in the ideal launch RPM and minimize wheel spin when the Christmas tree turns green. Line lock is also on hand, allowing you to easily perform smoky burnouts to warm up those sticky tires and put on a show for the crowd. And with the available SRT power chiller, the car's air conditioning system actually helps cool the intake charge, ensuring consistent performance even on the hottest summer days. Despite all this firepower, the Hellcat is still a surprisingly livable daily driver. The ride, while firm, is never punishing, and the cabin is well insulated from wind and road noise, making long highway cruises a breeze. The trunk is large enough to swallow a couple of suitcases for a weekend getaway, and there's even enough rear seat space to bring a couple of friends along for the ride, though they might need to brace themselves for the kind of acceleration that pins them to the seat. On the technology front, Dodge has equipped the 2026 Hellcat with a host of advanced safety and driver assistance features. Adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and forward collision warning are all available, ensuring that you can enjoy this car's prodigious performance without sacrificing peace of mind. The Uconnect system also includes a built-in Performance Pages app that lets you monitor everything from horsepower and torque output to real-time G-forces and quarter-mile times, turning every drive into a data-driven thrill ride. There's even a valet mode that limits engine output and locks out certain performance settings, so you can hand over the keys without worrying that someone else will unleash the full fury of this car on unsuspecting city streets. The 2026 Hellcat also benefits from Dodge's continued commitment to build quality and durability. Despite its ferocious performance capabilities, this is a car that you can realistically drive every day without fear of constant repairs or maintenance headaches. The interior materials feel sturdy and well put together, and the switchgear has a reassuringly solid feel. Even the infotainment system, notorious for being finicky in some older FCA vehicles, is fast and reliable here, reflecting the continuous improvements Dodge has made over the years. All of this adds up to a car that's as versatile as it is thrilling, capable of turning a mundane commute into a symphony of horsepower and an ordinary weekend into an unforgettable adventure. Beyond the numbers and the features, though, what really sets the 2026 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat apart is the feeling it evokes every time you slip behind the wheel. There's something primal about the way this car delivers its power, something that speaks to a time when cars were loud, raw, and unapologetically over the top. It's a rolling middle finger to the notion that performance cars have to be silent, sterile, or driven by computers. It's an embodiment of freedom, of rebellion, of that uniquely American idea that more is always better, more power, more noise, more drama. And yet, it's also a surprisingly refined package, one that doesn't force you to choose between daily drivability and all-out performance. For those who crave the kind of driving experience that sends shivers down your spine every time you hit the gas, the 2026 Challenger SRT Hellcat is an irresistible proposition. It's the kind of car that makes you look back every time you walk away, that makes every drive an event, and that never lets you forget that driving should be about passion, excitement, and just a little bit of mischief. In a world where the automotive landscape is changing faster than ever before, the Hellcat stands as a monument to the enduring appeal of good old-fashioned American muscle. It's a car that doesn't just talk the talk, but walks the walk, delivering supercar levels of performance in a package that's as bold and brash as the country that built it. From its thundering exhaust note to its lightning-quick acceleration, from its retro-inspired styling to its cutting-edge tech, the 2026 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat is a car that demands to be driven, and driven hard. It's the kind of machine that makes you fall in love with driving all over again, that reminds you why you became a car enthusiast in the first place, and that never fails to put a smile on your face every time you fire it up. In the end, that's what really matters. The 2026 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat isn't just another performance car, it's a celebration of everything that makes driving fun, an ode to the past wrapped up in a thoroughly modern package, and a reminder that sometimes more really is more. Whether you're carving through mountain switchbacks, tearing down the drag strip, or just cruising Main Street with the windows down and the exhaust snarling at passers-by, this is a car that never fails to make an impression. And in a world that's increasingly focused on the destination rather than the journey, that's a truly special thing.